Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Wednesday, December 10th. I have a big show for you today. College football is a gift that keeps giving in this holiday season. Big news just breaking.
Christmas has got a little weird.
Got a little weird. Big news just breaking right before the show. Sharon Moore. See ya. Fired with cause from Michigan. He is no longer obviously part of that program. He is not leaving for another program. He is being removed for cause for inappropriate behavior with a staffer. Not a good look. Not something that we were expecting. I would imagine Michigan probably had a good idea that they were about to do this. It seems like they waited until after the signing day, which doesn't really make sense because once the head coach leaves, all the recruits can just automatically put themselves in the portal because
you get a 15-day window.
You get a 15-day window. So he gets removed. Obviously, that raises questions. Who's going to be the next coach? There's also rumors that are following this that Kalen DeBoer is the guy that they're going to go and target. There's been rumors that he's not happy at Alabama, and now everybody's talking about, oh no, that means Alabama's going to come for Lane Kiffin at LSU. I don't think that's going to happen. They may try to come after him, but I don't think if that happens, that to me is a
chicken shit.
Well, not just chicken shit, but I think that would be a career disaster. I mean, he hadn't even had time to rebuild the reputation after what he just did, and now you're going to bounce from LSU to Alabama. I don't see that happening. We'll see what happens in that. Obviously, nobody has left Alabama. DeBoer's still there. Michigan hasn't hired anybody. Their interim head coach is Hoagie. Last name is Poggi. Forget his first name.
Biff
Poggi. How can I forget?
You don't know who Biff Poggi is?
Biff Poggi is the interim coach through the Michigan's bowl game.
Mikey,
interesting.
Biff Poggi is a legend. You'll know him once you see him.
What do you mean? I saw. Oh, he's the guy with the cutoff from. That's right. I know him now.
What?
The name to the name.
Name to the face.
Yeah,
if there's anybody named Biff Poggi, it's right in front of you.
That's it. That fits. The name fits the persona.
The person.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're going to talk obviously about that. We're also going to talk LSU. Frank Wilson came out today, and it was announced that he'll have a clearer idea of his future after the bowl game, which is on December 27th. There's been rumors now that Texas, since they fired their running backs coach, they are looking at potentially coming after Frank Wilson. I would imagine if he's not here, he's going to have suitors a lot of places for a bunch of different reasons. We'll get into that through the course of the show. Transfer portal is still open. More players are starting to enter into the portal from LSU. Juwan Johnson puts his name in the portal. Obviously, they could never figure out how to utilize Juwan Johnson here at LSU. He tried his best to make it work here. You could tell he loved LSU, wanted to be here. But after 2 years, he decided to put his name in the portal and try his hand somewhere else. It's Wednesday.
He wants to play quarterback?
I think he wants to play quarterback. He's been making a lot of
posts,
innuendos towards that in social media here recently. So we'll see what happens. I'd imagine maybe he's had some conversations with other teams that want him as a quarterback. We'll see where he goes. It's Wednesday, so it's Ask Mikey and Mitch. Throw your questions in the chat. We'll get to them throughout the course of the show. Now, obviously, portal's open for LSU. Portal's also open for other schools. There's been rumors about Sam Leavitt being a person of interest for LSU because of his abilities and what he did last year, not this past year, but the year before that, and Lane Kiffin's ability to develop quarterbacks and them be quarterback-friendly systems. Well, with that, with the Sharon Moore news, now the conversation turns to what's going to happen with Bryce Underwood. Obviously, Bryce Underwood spurned LSU to go to Michigan for a lot of money. Is he going to leave that money on the table? A new coach, not the same coach, going to have a new coach. Is he going to leave that money on the table? Is that money still going to be offered to him? Is he going to put his name in the portal, try to go somewhere else? I doubt he gets that type of money again in the portal this year, just based off of what he did over the course of this season. But have a lot to talk about. We're joined by our producer, our personality, Lloyd Courtney.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
You look good, nice and showered.
I did take a shower this morning.
Yep.
And this afternoon too. That's
and
two
look,
showers.
good pants and shit. You look good today.
It was laundry day.
You look good today.
You kicked me in gear yesterday.
You look good today. Yeah, you dug at the bottom of the drawer for those clothes.
Yep.
Yeah,
and now I'm back.
Yeah,
because there's a regiment Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You double Tuesday'd me and say, out of stuff. Wednesday, we're back. Fresh rotation.
I got you out of your
routine.
My bad.
It's okay. Happy to do it.
I appreciate that. Also joined by our two-time national champion, once in football, once in baseball, first-round draft pick from Chicago White Sox, media pundit for SEC Network, our co-host, our friend, Jay Mitch. Jay Mitch.
How y'all doing, man? How y'all living today?
Back-to-back. Back-to-back days with us. It's everybody. We're just blessed.
Like lethal weapon. Like lethal weapon.
Like
baby.
lethal weapon.
That's right.
Like lethal weapon.
That'd be the only bar Drake has.
Yeah. Lot to talk about, right? How do we want to start this?
It's like dead. There's still a whole lot going on.
No doubt.
Right now.
Do we want to go to LSU, or do we want to talk to the drama that's happening?
I think you can tie the drama into LSU a little bit if you want.
I agree. Okay, let's start with LSU. Obviously, they have a few different pieces that they have to finalize at LSU as far as coaching staff, as far as other people they're going to bring in for the roster. Obviously, there hasn't been. I think the rumor is that he wants to bring his running backs coach. Has he announced that he's bringing his running backs coach over yet? No. So he hasn't announced that. I don't know if anything's going to be announced until after. Actually, I know nothing's going to be announced until after the bowl game, which is in 17 days. So that's going to be a piece that's going to have to wait. But in the meantime, he's starting to fill out the rest of his roster. He just rumor has it that he is looking at signing a special teams. I don't know if it's a special teams coach or a coach with a role in special teams. I would imagine he's going to be the special teams coach. What's his name?
That would be Joe Houston.
He was on campus today. It looks like there's something to be about to be done there. We shall see. We heard the same thing with Elijah Robinson. That we still don't know. So there's a few pieces that they are looking at. And LSU, to fill their staff.
Has hit home run after home run after home run in the special teams category. I think this year was probably their best year.
It started slacking towards the end.
It did get a little. That's how you get your ass fucking fired. Brian Kelly said on the sidelines.
Well, that's how he got fired.
It seems like it did happen. Ahmad Anand was this year, served that in the special teams role in 2025. Before that, it's Bob Diaco. And I guess that counted. It felt like we didn't have a special teams coach. And then before that, lest we forget, one Brian Polian.
That was the disaster.
Out the park.
Yeah, that was a disaster.
And he got to be recruiting coordinator.
Lloyd couldn't talk about that situation enough when it was a thing going
on. No doubt. Oh, and historically,
wrong.
Historically, LSU special teams has been a strength of theirs, right? Like, when I say special teams, I'm not just talking about making field goals. I'm talking about kickoff returns, kickoff coverage, not giving up big plays in the return game. LSU's been really good at that historically. They have not been great at that here over the last 4 years. Hopefully that can change with a new staff.
I mean, nobody knows better than Jay Mitch. He's out there blocking for Trenton Holiday, and by blocking, I mean watching him go.
Touch the guy, get in his way, and just let him go. Yeah, well, I'll meet you out there.
People don't understand, man. Special teams, the hidden yardage to me is a whole lot like base running, right? The teams that are really good at base running are usually teams that are really, really, really good and give themselves a chance, either in games that are really highly contested or in games or teams that sometimes they don't belong in situations, but they're able to, in football side of it, they're able to continue to win the hidden yardage game. And in the baseball side of it, they're able to continue to keep taking first to third on singles, first to home on doubles, stretching pass ball reads and stuff like that, and dirt ball reads. Like, those are the special things that happen in those parts of the game, and they're really important. And teams that look over them, they end up losing games that are big games because of things that happen those ways.
Correct. And so, Kirby Smart mentioned, was it Kirby Smart that mentioned it? It was saying that special teams in the SEC championship game, he had him and DeBoer were on Pat McAfee, and he talked about how special teams are going to be important. And then the announcer literally in the first punt of the game made a comment about Kirby Smart said, I wouldn't be shocked if there's some special teams fireworks and a blocked punt, right? Like, I think there's statistics where if you have a special team score or a blocked punt or field goal, like odds of, winning go up however much percentage. But there's some stat out there. It just helps you a lot.
Well, LSU fucked that one up against Texas A&M.
Correct. And so hopefully they can get back on track with that. But, with the transfer portal opening, obviously Lane Kiffin's going to be in the portal trying to go after some guys. Nobody can make a decision until January 2nd or 3rd? 2nd. January 2nd. I bring the portal up because Sharon Moore from Michigan no longer there. Michigan, LSU had an epic Probably the most highly touted NIL battle, public NIL battle for a high school athlete. That would be Bryce Underwood. LSU had him. They felt like they had him in the bag up until the last day whenever Larry Ellison decided to drop $14 million on this kid's lap and say, hey, you're not leaving Michigan. You're going to stay here. Well, there's a couple reasons why a lot of people felt like that may have been a bad decision. One, Michigan historically hasn't been a quarterback-centric offense, especially when your head coach, who was a quarterback, is no longer there. And you're going to play for a guy. I believe Sharon Moore was a defensive guy.
Yes.
You're going to play for a defensive guy.
I thought he was a
running backs coach.
Oh, he was a running backs coach.
Was it running backs coach or offensive line coach?
But you're not.
I thought he was an offensive line guy.
Either way, you're not playing for the quarterback, the same guy who had a system and a winning system everywhere he went. And so you go there, you don't perform the way that you had anticipated. The offense and the scheme isn't really set up for you, and now your head coach gets fired for cause, and you are left sitting there like, okay, what the hell am I going to do now, right? We don't know who my head coach is. We don't know what my team's going to look like. Do I dabble in the portal? And if he does, my question to you, Jared, is obviously talent-wise he's really good, right? He was a freshman. He has experience. You don't have to go through the bumps and bruises of a freshman trying to gain experience in major college football. He got that last year at Michigan. If he puts his name in the portal, obviously, would you want him to come to LSU? Obviously, some people get bitter.
I don't know in what world you would be off of him in this situation. I think a lot of kids would have made the move that he made in terms of picking the college that was probably, 30 minutes, 25 minutes away from his home, and them offering and giving him as much money as they did and coming in the way they did. Now, look, on the other side of it is you can sit here and say, oh, the numbers they look pretty pedestrian, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's how Michigan plays. They got a guy drafted in the top 10 a year before that or 2 years before that by playing that way and winning the national championship. That's just what they do. But for him, I think, look, my head coach leaves. If you know that the way you play offense is this way and you don't know what's coming in, you're sitting there and you're saying, well, maybe at this point, look, I went and chased the bag and that bag didn't do me right, or in terms of what my career is or where I am right now as a player, because I would imagine he's got to be sitting there thinking to himself, if we continue to play ball like this, unless we turn into a national championship team, am I really going to be viewed as a top flight prospect on the way out? I think it's hard to sit here and say you will at this point. So with that being said, it's like, where can I get to showcase my skills that's going to actually let me progress and go and move further into my career? So I do think at this point, because it's so late and you don't know who's going to be the head coach there, pretty much every other spot is kind of sewed up. It's like, okay, does it make sense for me to put my name in the portal and see if there's a better spot for me? I do think that's got to be weighing on his mind right now. Whether or not he's actually going to do it, there's just no way you can't sit here and tell me that maybe that's not a thought that's going through his mind. Maybe I should try to see if this makes any sense. Maybe I should sit down with my team, my family, my people, and let's talk through this to see if this would be something that makes a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, and look, as an LSU fan, obviously a lot of people get jaded and they get bitter and they just are irrational about some of these things. Oh, we don't want this kid. He didn't come here and he chose Michigan over us. Like, look, kid was that from Michigan. Jared said he's 25 minutes from the campus. Hey, if he wants to come down here, welcome.
Lest we forget how much you were pumping, not you, I'm saying if you were an LSU fan, how
Correct.
much you were pumping for Bryce Underwood to come to LSU, and you were riding for him for 3 years nearly.
Right.
Obviously, he goes to Michigan. All of a sudden, all of that, everything that you said about him that was good. Like, look how good he is. Probably gonna win a Heisman Trophy. Come down here. Da 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 da. Now he's not. Then he does it. Yeah. And it's like, no, I mean, he was never any good anyway.
Right.
Like, and now, well, if he's in the portal, I'll take you.
And here's the deal, like. He signed for a lot of money.
Yeah, clearly was coerced into doing
right,
this.
Right, well, now the conversation is, what is that deal still on the table, which I'd imagine it still is. Does he want to stay there? If he doesn't, obviously, some of that money is going to either be paid back or maybe it's still in escrow. I don't know where it's at, but get out of the deal, go into the portal. I don't believe he's going to get that type of money again in the portal. I mean, I just – and maybe I'm wrong, but – there's other guys out there in the portal that have more success and more experience in college football that I would imagine would probably be at the top of the list of the money getters as quarterbacks go in the portal. So I don't know if he's going to be able to get that type of money, but it's definitely interesting with him and Sam Levitt. Who would you rather?
Oh, Underwood.
I would rather Underwood too, I think. But Sam Levitt could. I mean,
You just get 2 years.
he could play for 2 years. You definitely have 2 years with Underwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing too, though. So we sit here and say that, but because he's younger, because you think the ceiling's higher, because everyone's going to be looking at him that way, what's the price tag on it still? Because it ain't going to be very low.
No, right.
Right? And so that's one of those things too where it's like, all right, if we're trying to win right now, well, let's be honest, man. Like, I get it. Lane comes in, you give him this big contract, there's all this guarantees in it. It's still LSU, man. They still want you to win next year. Don't show up and win 8 ball games next year and think everything's going to be copacetic. It's not. Right. So with that being the case is, what's the price tag on this thing, and what do the players actually look like when we break this thing down tape-wise and when we meet and or talk to these guys? I think it's easy to sit here and say in a vacuum, oh, you get 2 years with him for sure, he's younger, but is he the better option for this team, for this university right now? That I don't know.
Yeah. And look, and here's the deal. This is a situation that I think that I am more confident in LSU's ability to go and evaluate the right guy in the portal than, look, they landed and they hit on Jaden Daniels. Fine, right? Right, that was great. But the offensive coordinator that had him, that you trusted, he's no longer here. And, our quarterbacks this year weren't good. So if there was a guy in a position to go out there and evaluate the transfer portal quarterbacks that I feel like I have confidence in, it'd be Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's proven that he can go out in the portal and he can get quarterbacks to come play for him in his system and have a ton of success. Obviously, Jackson Dart transferred from USC to him at Ole Miss, and Jackson Dart is obviously a first-round draft pick, and when he is not in concussion protocol, has played pretty well for the Giants. And then obviously you got Trinidad Chambers from Division II, where really nobody was really looking at him, and goes and turns him into pretty much an all-SEC quarterback had he played enough. Did he get all-SEC? Was he?
Yeah,
was he on one of the teams?
He was second team. Diego Pavia was first team.
So,
and also you got to remember too, if you think back on it, Jackson Dart's career was kind of the ones that was trending downward, right? At the time that he got to Ole Miss. So, like, things turned around in terms of getting there. And then you take a no-star recruit, you bring him in as a no-name, and you turn him into an all-SEC quarterback. So I think people, when they look at Lane today, even more so than ever, they're like, oh, he can develop quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He can turn guys that are trending down, guys that no one even thought was even on this playing field, and turn them into stars at this playing field. So it's like even more so than what it looked like before. I think right now LSU's in a spot to where whoever they target in terms of the quarterback position, they have a legitimate shot of landing whoever that person is.
Correct. And so, obviously, I would imagine Underwood, if he doesn't enter the portal, I would imagine he or his representation is being talked to,
But, and it depends on who they bring in.
Well, and that's the other question.
Who Michigan decides to hire.
So
because
go ahead.
I was going to say, BetAG, take that for what it's worth, has Kalen DeBoer as the favorite to win the Michigan
Brian
job.
Kelly's like 4th on the list.
They take him, please.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he'll be. He's just a northern guy.
Yeah, maybe that's where he needs to be.
Yeah, he likes the cold.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't bet against the favorites in the LSU hiring, because Lane was pretty high up there, and you would have,
Yeah.
You're telling me Joe Brady and Nick Saban
we talked about
coming?
before, like those usually never pan out. This is one that actually did pan out, and they usually don't pan out.
Right.
Who knows what this one's going to be up here in Michigan? Then listen, at the end of the day, unless you go and get an unusual suspect, there ain't that many people out there on the actual ability to actually take this job and go. That number of head coaches that are out there, that's not signed, that's not extended, that isn't re-upped, that list is small now.
Yeah, and look, an interesting name. I don't know if he will do that because he's followed
John Harbaugh
everywhere he's gone. And Jesse Minter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jesse Minter obviously was the defensive coordinator for Jim Harbaugh at Michigan, followed him to the Chargers, has had a ton of success in the NFL in a short time in the NFL as a defensive coordinator. Obviously, he has ties to Michigan, and he's been in Jim Harbaugh's system, which won Michigan a national championship. So that's a name, obviously, that's going to be talked about. Kalen DeBoer is going to be the hot name out there. He's in the playoffs. Obviously, they're not going to make it. He's not going to do anything until after the playoffs, I would imagine. And then there's rumors, obviously, if he takes a job, then Alabama's going to come and take Lane Kiffin. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I believe that there is as slightest of a chance as you can possibly imagine. I'm not going to say no chance, but I'm talking about 0.000000001%
of.
I'm in the camp, dude. If I'm being completely honest, I'm in the camp that Lane sees this opportunity as a better opportunity than Alabama. Now, look, when Alabama came open, yeah, of course you'd want to be the successor there in terms of you being there in the past. You know the history, you know the tradition there, and you know the standard of what everything is. But when this one comes open, I don't think that at this point you're like, at that point you weren't looking at LSU's open too, so let me go take it. No, it wasn't open. You weren't expecting it to be open in a year and a half either.
Right.
So, with that being the case, I think that this is a situation that's this is probably a better one for me going forward, right? There is recent crumbs and evidence of success, and there's the ability to to still grow here, and there's also everything you need resource-wise to grow this thing into a monster. And I'm not saying that you don't have that at Alabama, but why do you need to go chase it there when you already have that here?
Yeah. Without
having to follow an absolute legend who's won, 5, 6 national championships there?
Yeah,
wow.
and look, at the same time, too, it's Lane, and I don't think Lane cares too much about his reputation, but at some point you've got to have he had a bad reputation early on. He got stabilized in Alabama, went to FAU, looked better there, got to Ole Miss, and kind of revamped his rep, right? He got himself back in good graces with everybody, and then obviously he does this, and now everybody wants to jump off the Lane Kiffin bandwagon and talk about his character and all that kind of stuff. Fine. If he makes that decision to leave Ole Miss in the playoffs, comes to LSU, does everything that revolves around Lane as far as the trolling goes, as far as bringing his staff in, recruiting, and then this Alabama job comes up and he does that, I don't believe that is recoverable. I don't think that that is something in college football that is going to be for him personally and for him professionally. I just don't think that is he's going to be able to recover from that, and I just don't. That's part of the reason why I don't believe he's going to do it.
And it's kind of on the same for me. It's kind of on the same scale of with Kalen DeBoer. Listen, you were at a spot where you got yourself to. They were in a national championship game, correct?
What?
In Washington.
Oh yeah, and then left.
You got yourself to where you were in a national championship game. The Alabama opportunity comes open. You take that opportunity. Now, within 2 years, one playoff appearance, the other one not a playoff appearance, another job comes open, and you just take it after what's been known to be the absolute ridiculous amount of heat that he's under by Alabama fans. That it's only going to look like you just ran away. And so if you go there, let's just say, hypothetically, you take the Michigan job as Kalen DeBoer. You go there and it doesn't absolutely hit. Well, you've essentially knocked yourself out of 2 big jobs. I don't think that there's another big job on the other side of that.
Correct.
I think you go back down a level.
Correct.
So, and not only do you go down a level, you lose in the reputation because people will always think at that point, you ran away from the Alabama job. I don't think that that's where he wants to be.
No, I agree. These are the rumors. Obviously, Brian Kelly's on that list. That would do us all a favor. They have Lincoln Riley on the list. I don't believe Lincoln Riley is going to leave USC unless they push him out of USC.
Why does his name keep popping up?
Lincoln Riley?
Yeah. That seems like the perfect spot for him. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, just do what you're doing. You're keeping them relevant. And
yeah, you're getting this close to the playoff.
Yep.
And nobody cares.
I know a big hot name is Jed Fish.
Oh, you would run down the list of hot names.
What?
You'd run down the list of hot names.
Clark Lee.
No, I've heard it. Kitty Dillingham, Clark Lee, Jed Fish.
Just keeps revolving. They have Eli Drinkwitz on it, but he already signed an extension. Don't believe he's going anywhere. Jed Fish, earlier in the season, had come out and said that he was not happy at Washington. His family did not like it there and was looking to move. That was in the middle of the season. So, he's been on some hot lists here recently. Hasn't moved, so we'll see what happens. This is an interesting situation because this is just – I think it's, everybody felt like the coaching carousel had finally stopped. Everybody hired their guys. Penn State was the last one. Thought they were going to drop the ball. They ended up making a solid hire. and you feel like, okay, everybody's got it figured out, and then this pops up, and now it starts back all over again. So, interesting conversation. Interesting to see what they do. I also don't believe – I'm with Jared. I don't believe DeBoer's going to leave. You do?
I don't know. Because it is interesting, right? I mean, if he's truly – I don't want to say unhappy, but if it's the pressure is too – look, think about – Jared, you're right. He's won everywhere he's gone, correct? Like that's the coaching is not the problem, but there could be legitimately a fit problem where he's like, I just don't really like it here. Like I don't like that. I'm always going to be compared to the guy that's job I was like the man I replaced. You never want to be the guy.
You knew that going in.
I know, but then when it's actually real, you're like, they'll never accept me no matter what I do. I've gotten what.
Coach, that doesn't listen. All right, I just put it.
But if you get
like
a chance to go somewhere else, like this might be the great time to get out the back door.
Yeah, but that's not how these guys are built. They're not woven that way. They're not put together that way. Don't look any further than Jay Johnson, dude. Like we've had that conversation with him. We've had conversations with him about the comparisons, about being talked about what Maneri did while he was here, having to look over his shoulder what Skip did while he was here, and all they do is they continue to step up to the plate to it. Now, does that take some adjustment for the family, for maybe the kids, for maybe the wife, for maybe everybody else to get used to because of how loud that noise gets around you? Hell yeah. But those guys they don't take those jobs not understanding that this is about to be a pressure cooker. And unless you understand that going in, you're not jumping out. You're not jumping out all of a sudden because you're like, that's a little too hot.
Yeah.
They understand that coming in. So in my opinion, I don't think he's thinking about it like that at all. Now, like I said, will that maybe take the family some time to adjust and get used to it and all of a sudden get immune to it, grow that thick skin, grow that extra skin to where you're just like, man, I didn't heard this shit enough already. We're not used to hearing it in the places we've been because they weren't used to really winning like that, and we took them to a place they've never been. This place has been those places, and they want to stay in those places, and they think that the people before did it better, so we're not used to hearing that. I don't think that the actual coach, when you take this kind of job, you understand this is going to be the conversation until I change it. So I'm not taking this job unless I understand that. And I think that that's where those guys are. I really do.
Yeah. This is a fluid situation. Information keeps coming out about this Sharon Moore stuff. Did you read what I just read?
Yes, I'm not going to – I don't think we could report it with any validity, but it is wild. Or did you read more of what
I don't know. Dan Wetzel tweeted this.
Dan
Wetzel is a senior writer for college. You know, he $278,000. He works for College Game Day. You know, has a good reputation. So he says breaking ex-Michigan.
Damn, already ex. Damn.
Sharon Moore was
shit. They didn't rip up the contract yet.
Was detained.
Read this
by police in Saline, Michigan this evening and turned over to police in Pittsfield Township for investigation into potential charges. Reporting with Pete Thayer.
Detained.
So.
The story, the alleged story.
This is not just he was had
pitchy woo woo
had an affair with a staffer. This is now turning into something criminal.
Well, this has all happened today, I believe. This is the story that I have read online. Now this is a lot of Twitter, and so I'm not.
Right, I'm just going based off Dan Wetzel.
But this is what I've heard has happened off of what Dan Wetzel was saying. This is what the story was, and I wasn't comfortable saying it. But now he's been arrested, detained. It seems as if that happened like he was. That's because of actions he did today where he got into an altercation with his wife, which is very easy to believe.
Okay.
And so he's going to allegedly harm himself, and so they called the police.
Okay. So this was not – he wasn't detained because of what he did at Michigan. He was detained about what happened
today. Actions after. Like, I think the phone, got a little hot.
Yeah, listen. I get
Spot
it.
got blown up.
I mean, hey, bud, you kind of got caught.
Kinda.
At this point –
Kinda.
At this point, like, what are you? If you get you can't. There's really not getting an argument.
Bro,
with your
you
wife.
tuck
like,
your tail.
Hey, listen, you're right.
My bad.
I'm gonna go somewhere, and I
tell the kids to love them. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get myself right, or whatever you got to do.
Rehab.
Like, you just gotta wear it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've earned the right. Like, if she's throwing shit at you, you've earned that. Like, you just gotta take that. Wild situation.
Shit.
Wild situation.
I thought I was going to the playoff. This is what happens when you don't have a bowl game to get ready for. No playoff to get ready for. Damn.
That's right. Ask Mikey Mitch. Throw your questions in the chat.
We do have one $100 super chat for my guy X Soda.
Whoa.
One of the best LSU pods out there. Tune in every time that the noti hits my phone. Keep killing it, boys, and bring that perspective of the player. LSU forever.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That's our goal. That's our goal.
Okay.
There we go. Thank you, Exoto. Ride or die. Love it. The chat is on fire today.
Put some questions in there. Let's go.
If we all want to answer these questions, I think there'll probably be questions about what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
I don't know anything that's going on.
I'll start a poll. Do you blame Sharon more?
For?
Oh.
I mean, yeah. How do you not blame him?
But I think I'm asking it in a different light.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is a wild situation. So, we will see how this plays out. Who's happy about this? Not happy. Not happy.
Kind of got caught.
But you know who's
Michigan is thrilled.
Looking at this and saying, "Oh, this is a nice change of pace." Is Lane Kiffin. This gets the attention off of Lane. Now the attention is, "Oh, you think I was a bad piece of shit?"
I didn't do anything.
Because I left. Oh, because I'm single and I like whatever, but I don't do anything that's inappropriate.
I go to yoga too early.
And you're mad because my character, because I left, and I just, I'm a quitter, and I leave too. Okay.
It could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Now, this takes the attention off of Lane, lets him work a little bit more in the shadows, thankfully. So, yeah.
Yeah, go get Bryce Underwood.
I wonder if the SEC coach group chat is hot right now. One of the boys that got the thing rolling right now, or what?
Yeah, this is a disaster.
I feel like there's a lot more about to come out about this bombshell that we just haven't heard yet, obviously, because it's so fresh and so new. It's obviously super unfortunate for anybody to lose a job in this way, but, they do stay undefeated.
Yeah, undefeated. Booger and who else? Brandon Taylor both tweeted same thing, undefeated.
That thing undefeated.
Undefeated. But they had what is it? Tim Brando was on after further review while I was driving over here with Moscona. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Do you know anything about these?" Like, I'll work with somebody that was on the Michigan football team. I don't know who that is, but obviously he has.
So he's known.
He said since September.
Wow.
And they were just waiting to do this at I guess the appropriate. So that does that mean? Once the dust settles around.
Wait. So then they kind of, if there is, okay. Well, I guess there's not. There was cause, yes, but I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Would he not buck back?
You also fostered it and let it happen then.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to get away with firing me for cause if you you didn't do anything to stop it.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's where my mind goes. I'm like, well, wait a minute. That means you just let it happen then if you knew about it.
Yeah. And so that's interesting. So I don't know if Brando should have said that, but I don't think it's a surprise to Sharon Moore that they knew. Like, that says not the.
Well, I think what happened was they probably knew. Hey, it brought to our attention.
Clean it up.
It got brought to our attention. Okay, let us do our own investigate. Like, let's just see. Let's go through our process of investigating and making sure that we dot our T's and cross our I's. Cross our I's and dot our T's. I like doing it backwards. Or
if you'd have dotted the I against Ohio State, you would have been able to. You'd been just fine.
Right. Well, yeah. But let's just make sure we finish the season. Let's make sure we have all of our ducks in a row, and then whenever we find out we have all the information, we make the decision. So because you don't want to fire him from cause because of what you've heard, and maybe something comes out and you can't prove it, and then he comes back and he fights it, all this kind of stuff. Well, and that could be it, or maybe not, or maybe they just say, let's get through the season. We don't want to fire you mid-season. I don't know.
Well, the other part of that question would be if you did know, if you're Michigan,
have
you been doing your due diligence on who you're going to hire?
Right.
That's a very good question.
That is a great question.
That's a very good question.
It's going to move very quickly. So I don't know. I just found out about this today with everyone else.
I'm finding out as it goes.
Yes, it's a wild time to be alive. With Twitter is unbelievable. Like, when this thing's, when... People find everything. Oh, yeah.
They find everything on Twitter.
I found her and...
Yeah, but, not just that, found out that he promoted her to special assistant to the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
She worked in recruiting, promoted her to special assistant to the head coach. A shame that the girl's name came out.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's not great. He ruined 2 lives.
Mhm.
3 lives. More than that. Actually, kids,
Lot going on.
wife, his.
Happy
hers.
holidays.
Yeah. Right before Christmas.
Mm.
What a present.
2 Christmases.
Not great. 4 Christmases.
Oh, yeah.
Watch that. Great. Sneaky funny.
Yeah.
4 Christmases is a sneaky
Vince
funny
Vaughn?
movie. Great movie. Yeah, so that's a great point, Lloyd. Maybe they since September they knew this was going to happen. They have been doing their due diligence on hiring a head coach, but you would think that once everybody started firing their guys, and the coaching carousel was going to be as crowded as it was, you would think they would have gotten rid of
Just
him.
hopped in.
Yeah.
But I think that's I don't think this is something that's a Friday news dump. That you're like, oh, and by the way, we're also firing Sherrod Moore because of this. And it's like, oh, they're in the mix now. I think they were, as sad as this is to say, they were probably waiting to see what happened against Ohio State. If he had beaten Ohio State for the third straight year.
But here's the deal. We saw it
because they were still in a playoff.
But we saw what
picture.
happens at LSU whenever you don't take action on things that maybe you should have.
Allegedly,
right? So, like, hey, they go beat Ohio State, and you end up keeping him, and then this comes out, they're going to have to fire him anyway. Right? So, it's just...
Now you can't... this is going to... They're going to get a lot of run for the for cause because of everything that's coming out, and this will get buried later, and if Sherrod Moore chooses to fight, they'll be like, oh, damn, y'all knew?
Right. So that's...
I point my finger at you. There's 3 pointing back at me. Believe it's the old adage.
Is that what they say
Yeah.
back in the day? What were you going to say, Jay?
No, I would just imagine, even though Tim Brando came out and said that, obviously he doesn't work for the program, and he is not the face or the mouth in speaking for the program. So if that is the case, I would imagine that the program is going to be like, there's no way we are putting that part of it out because that puts us on the hook as well.
Right. Like, we don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's it's hard to talk about, like, when something first comes out unless you have
facts,
especially in this situation.
Oh yeah,
because I mean everybody's searching Twitter right now. So
oh yeah,
and one person comes out with something that's just half true or not even true, but could sound true, it's gonna get run with.
And this is when the burners strike, when you get the one letter off the name, the like.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful.
Like it's a 0 instead of an O and on 3, and you're like, oh, on 3 said it's like, you got ball sacked.
Yeah, you gotta
be
very careful.
Read twice.
You gotta be very careful whenever these situations happen.
Yeah, there was already a tweet from somebody on professional photo, right? And it's like sources close to Michigan are planning to make Kalen DeBoer their next hire, and the wheels are in motion. You click on his profile picture, he's got 40 followers. Like, I don't think you know.
Yeah, that's I don't think you know anything.
No, but you get fooled by the suit and tie.
Hey, it's a great fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great fake.
Showed up with a fake ID.
Yeah. Michigan's in a pickle. Not good. We'll see what happens.
What bowl game? Do you think they opt out the bowl game?
And then Alabama may be in a pickle. If DeBoer does end up leaving, which I don't think he does, but if he does, Alabama may be in a pickle.
No, Biff is coaching, cuz. You saw, hey, put the picture up again of that man. That man is coaching some football some kind of way before the end of the season is over with. I promise you that.
He'll go play in the backyard. He'll play in the parking lot.
They coaching, and he's coaching, and they playing football. You can go ahead and
Hey, wasn't there a coach for what, Charlotte?
That's him.
That's the same guy?
That's him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Same guy. That's what I thought. Okay. St. Francis is probably where he coached in high school.
Oh, the Cheez-It Bowl.
That's where we're going? No, that's not where we're going.
No, that's where Michigan's going. New Year's Eve. No kisses.
No kisses.
Oh. Any more questions? Has anybody thrown any questions in the chat? Anybody want to join this conversation with us?
Cajun curveball. Oh.
Or any conversation?
No, Cajun, we're not doing that. Mikey has a type, and that's exactly it. So no.
What?
Do you blame Sherrod Moore because blonde hair, blue eyed girls are literally so bad? I would have folded also. Like, oh lol.
Okay, well, we're not gonna talk about
That's
that.
what I've said, but I'm just saying you have a type also.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Very good. Very lucky.
Yep.
I see Lloyd he's screening questions today, apparently.
Yeah, I know.
I try not to. With $5 super chat, though, I do have a rule. If you super chat it, I'll read it.
Anybody else or anything?
Yeah, we got some more questions.
Let's get this
you
thing
opened
going.
yourself up to this. I said I didn't want to do it.
Well, let's get some more questions.
All right, let's do it. Let's go for it. Oh, okay. Cajun, quit it. All right, let's get for some Ask Mikey and Mitch. We go through. I'm telling you, these are going to be harder to find because Ask M&M. Gulf South 6231, thank you. I heard Gavin Guidry has 4 solid pitches now. Have you heard anything about what role he might have this upcoming season? LSU baseball.
It looks like he's back healthy, and it seems like he is going to be. It seems like he's going to be a high leverage guy out the pen. I mean, that's been his role since he got to LSU. He wasn't healthy last year. The rumor is, and the conversations I've had are that he has looked good, and if you look at some of the numbers and some of his outings, they were really good. So I would imagine he's gonna fall. I can't imagine that he missed the entire year last year with a back injury and they're gonna throw him into a starter role.
Friday,
right? So I believe he's gonna be a bullpen guy, similar to what he has been his entire career.
Yeah, that's perfectly said. I haven't heard anything. I just find it hard to believe he hasn't started since high school. When he came to LSU, he wasn't even supposed to pitch, and all of a sudden he starts pitching again and becomes high leverage out of the bullpen guy, and he hasn't started since high school, like I said. Kind of hard for me to believe you miss a full year, and they say, hey, let's get you back into that long duty, heavy workload starter position again. I find that not a spot where they're at right now.
Ask Mikey and Mitch. This is the easiest way to do this. Canes Cats Heat 305. Ask him and him. Give me the scoop on LSU baseball. They're ready to see the Hurricanes and the Natty. He's high on this Hurricanes baseball team again, as he was last year.
I hope Miami. It'd be nice for Miami to make it back.
Last time LSU saw Miami and Omaha, something happened.
Was that the last time? That probably was the last time, huh? Maybe Miami's best team ever.
Alex Cora is still down there somewhere.
Look, for college baseball, it'd be great for Miami to make it back there. I can't say anything until they have to prove it. Show me.
Well, they just asked about LSU baseball.
LSU's, I mean,
we'll see.
The reports that we have from LSU, because I haven't gotten eyes on the team yet.
Right.
I wait until the early spring when they start scrimmaging again to really go out there and watch, because I want to give these guys an opportunity to go out there and kind of get their feet underneath them and understand kind of what it's like to play in college baseball. And then when they come back after the holidays, I want to see what they look like leading up into the year. For me, it gives me a better idea of what we expect to see in the spring as opposed to guessing from what we see in the fall.
I would say this. So just stay with me here when I say this.
I'm staying.
So usually experience breeds the type of players, experience and success breeds the type of players that you want in your lineup, especially as you go through an SEC schedule and you get into a possible postseason situation. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say. Fair to say.
Okay. So then when you have both of those two things, and then you also toss in there national championship, not only experience, but success as well, that's something you usually want in that situation. Is that fair to say that?
Fair to say.
Okay, so when you have a player that has that you brought to the system, and you somehow found a way to say, I think he best fits this team doing something we haven't seen him do in college baseball, or at least at a super high level in college baseball, in one Michael Braswell, who has been throwing pins, who has been shown the ability to actually get on the mound and do this. That makes me feel like you feel really good about what else you have in terms of infield options and in terms of position players, to where you're like, I think this could be something that he can be good at, that he would be open to doing, and let's see if we can go ahead and make this thing happen. So for me, that makes me feel good about what you got in the field and position players, and you're also trying to find another high leverage arm or another bullpen arm, because let's face it, at the end of the day, you can never have enough good arms.
Right.
Ever.
Correct.
And so I feel like they're in a good spot at this point. I haven't seen anything other than that. That just makes me feel like, well, you wouldn't take somebody like that out of the lineup unless you felt really good. Think back even to the Paul Skeens situation. Paul Skeens, all we ever known Paul Skeens to do was to go both ways, like, right? Like that's what he did. He was a catcher. He hit. He did those things, and he was very good at both of them. And then he got to LSU, and they said, hey, we got a really good lineup, dude. We actually don't need you to hit 3-0, even though you probably hit 320 with 20. We just need you to throw every Friday or every beginning of the series, however you want to look at it. So when you're able to take someone out with that kind of experience and ability and what he's been able to do, makes me feel good about what you may see out of this team this year, because I just don't understand, other than that, why you would have someone like a Braswell that comes back, but he's no longer doing the things that he's done for 4 years in college.
Couldn't agree more.
And once again, it's not like he was just a position player that maybe got 50 at-bats a year. No, he's had a ton of at-bats in South Carolina and a ton of at-bats at LSU. And all of a sudden, he's throwing bullpens now. Where's that going to go? So that's how I feel. Feel good about it.
Ask him and Does Paul real NIL young boy? Does Paul Maneri and his Cox improve in year 2?
Yes.
They got close at the end of the year, heated up.
They got I think they had some good portal acquisitions. I don't know what the recruiting class is, but I would believe year 2 is going to be better than year 1. Correct.
Yeah, I think they'll be better in year 2. If I think we remember correctly, Coach Maneri took that job pretty late into the offseason. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
Kind of hard to kind of put together your roster and who you want it to be and where you want it to be. So you always knew it would be somewhat of a struggle in his year 1. And if you look back on his year 1 at LSU, we struggled as well. I would expect him to be better this year. How much better? I'm not exactly sure. I haven't followed exactly who they've recruited and how they've gone about it, but I would expect him to be better this year.
Yes.
All right. Ask him and him from Kimberly. How do we feel about the D-line situation in LSU football? Juice Gerald mentioned Robinson, who we thought would be the LSU's defensive line coach. Obviously, it's a bit of a snafu by name in his chat with Hunt Palmer. Do you think there will be backlash from signees if he doesn't come here?
No. I don't think there's going to be backlash from signees. I think the signees had signed before his name really even appeared. You know, of like, hey, this is a guy that they're going to get. He wasn't recruiting for LSU at the time. Getting Blake Baker and the other part of the defensive staff back, I think, was the bigger deal. But I do believe that the defensive line class could be legendary at LSU. Obviously, they're going to be young, so you want to have some guys and some veteran presence. I'd imagine they're going to get maybe 1 or 2 guys to supplement those guys and have some veteran presence in there. But I'm expecting a lot of really good things from those guys. I mean, I think that, you know, when you have a class like that and they're all young, hopefully they all land and hit, and you're able to grow and build those guys for 3 years before they leave.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm not expecting this to impact the class. Obviously, you would love to have that coach in place right now, but you got guys to sign even not having that coach in place. And I don't remember the exact timing, but I do think at the time it was still a teetering spot on if Blake Baker will be back or if he's not. So at this point, it does show me the belief in Blake Baker and what he can do and what that defensive staff can do. And I think people are seeing the things that are being cooked up around LSU football, and they want to be a part of this at this point. So I don't think it's going to affect the defensive line or the class of guys they have coming in at all.
Agreed.
In that same vein, Cordell Music, shout out Cordell. Cordell, ask him, do you think Texas is trying to make a chess move going after Frank Wilson to lock down New Orleans if he is indeed let go by LSU?
Listen, I think any team coming after Frank Wilson, if he's not at LSU next year, it is a chess move. I mean, it is. They understand the value of Frank Wilson.
I think a lot of schools are waiting to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, they understand the value that he has in New Orleans. They know what the talent level is like in New Orleans. And so, yeah, I believe that if he's available, he's going to be very highly sought after by some of these big schools because they want to get a footprint in Louisiana.
Yeah, look, we keep saying just New Orleans. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Frank is a New Orleans native, but Frank has a foothold and a good handspring on the entire state of Louisiana. So if you know the per capita when it comes to the NFL and Louisiana and all that history and all that stuff, yeah, like I would want a guy who can coach and who also has a really, really good background in recruiting this state. And I would also want to be able to take him in a pretty, like in terms of proximity, somewhere that's decently close to LSU, to Baton Rouge. And look, 6 hours away, I think that's what the drive is, maybe, right? Like, it's not that far away. I'm not surprised at all. Like, that would actually be a very big chess piece move by Texas if they were able to get that thing to the other side, if things went that way.
Well, look, and Texas ain't going to be the only team coming after, right? I would imagine maybe Ole Miss is having some interest in him. Florida probably has some interest in him, but he coached with Pete at UTSA. He hired Pete at UTSA. So they have a relationship, and Pete's already been pretty good at recruiting Louisiana, so having him and Frank on the same side would be obviously a little more difficult for LSU. But look, we don't know. Frank may still be here. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors about him not being here, and maybe they're going to be moving on from him. But nothing's been decided. They're not going to make any decision until after the bowl game, which is in 17 days. So it's all hypotheticals at this point. But yes, I'd imagine that he's going to be highly sought after by other schools.
Ask him no. I'll reword the question a little bit because I will be honest, we haven't seen much of LSU baseball yet. We haven't been out there. Like Mikey said, we kind of wait, give them some time to the coach get their eyes on them first. But I will reword it in this way. Between Curiel, Jake Brown, and William Schmidt, who do you think takes the biggest leap for LSU baseball?
Curiel, Jake Brown, and William Schmidt.
Mm-hmm.
Jared, do you want to get this one first?
Yeah, I think if there's a big leap to take of your Curiel, you're literally talking about National Player of the Year, right? Like that's kind of where you're at. So to sit here and say that that's exactly what I expect, I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility at all, but that's not what I expect. What I expect is for William Schmidt to take the Cade Anderson role or something very close to it and jump up to his potential, develop that next pitch, and become a premier starter in the SEC. He is the guy that I'm looking at to kind of jump and go forward.
So I can see all three of them taking a big jump, but the jumps are going to be different because of the performances that they had from the previous year. Right? So obviously Curiel, freshman All-American. Was he SC Freshman of the Year? Was he SC Freshman of the Year? No, he got snubbed. Didn't he? I believe he got snubbed.
Yeah, he did. He got beat out by the Valances, the reliever at Texas.
Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
First team freshman All-SEC, right? So he's obviously a lot of high expectations. So I think he's going to take a jump, but it's not going to be as big because he was already super successful. Jake Brown, I think, will take a bigger jump because he's going to play every day. He's going to play against lefties consistently, and you're going to see him have more at bats. So I think just naturally he's going to take the big jump. But I agree with you, Jared. I think the biggest jump out of those three guys is going to be William Schmidt because of the I don't want to say lack of, because he did get a lot of time for a freshman, but because of the performance he had as a freshman, I believe there's a lot more room for a bigger jump from one year to the next. And I think that you're going to see him kind of take that next step and be the guy that everybody anticipated him being as a freshman.
Good.
Yep.
The Fonz asked Mikey and Mitch. Thank you. I was looking at other things on Twitter, but now I'm on the Mik'd Up Twitter. Got a couple questions in here. How difficult is it going to be for fans to not freak out with any of these transfers that are leaving LSU? Jawan Johnson,
very difficult,
and just to allow Lane Kiffin to cook.
It's very difficult because they, obviously you want everyone. You want to keep everybody as a fan. You're like, oh, why are they leaving? Well, it's because they haven't played and they want to go find somewhere where they can play. So let's just not jump to conclusions on, man, why are all these guys leaving? I mean, I think that the more worrisome situation would have been the recruiting part of it, right? Like, man, we don't have anybody here because we didn't have a coach and all these types of things. Well, that didn't happen even without a coach. You didn't lose any recruits. You got him. You got Lane Kiffin. You're able to gain some recruits. So I wouldn't panic on that. Like, you're going to lose some. Whether you had Lane or not, you're going to lose recruits. You're going to lose players.
Yeah, I would say difficult, but I also think kind of like when we got ushered in with the NIL thing and you started seeing people move and you started seeing people getting paid, I do think there becomes a sense of normalcy where people are kind of starting to understand, like, this is just the way this thing's going to go. Show me who's on the roster once we get to that final signing date. I think that becomes a little bit more of the understanding of what this thing is. So I'm not going to sit here and say that people are going to just be okay when said name puts his name in the portal, but I do think people understand that as big of a name that might put his name in the portal, there might be that same magnitude of a name that jumps in from another spot, and you have the opportunity to go and grab that guy while also completely not being out on the guy who just put his name in the portal from your own school, because you don't know why they're putting their name in the portal. Correct. So with that kind of stuff being said, like I think, and also look, the other side of it too, I think a little bit of Lane and the train and the speed and the all of the stuff that's behind him right now is giving that conversation for LSU a little bit more grace than maybe for other spots. So I do think that that's kind of cooked into it as well. But I don't think it's going to be a mad outcry if you see some crazy names. I think it'll be a little bit less than what we've seen in years before, but I think that's because that's becoming more normal to people and understanding that this is just the current landscape of college football, college sports.
Yes.
Ask Mikey and Mitch, what's a better baseball sound, the pop of the mitt or the crack of the bat?
What kind of question is that?
The bat. The sound of the bat it doesn't get much better than that.
You ever square some shit up?
Yeah.
Give me the sound of that bat.
Doesn't sound much better than that.
I can make 88 sound like it's 98 if you know how to catch balls and know how to pop them in. So that's great. You ever square some shit up? You'll take that all day. Give me that all day.
Ask Mikey and Mitch, if the NIL is around 22 to 25 million, how would you break that down? What's more important to you? Offensive line, running back, quarterback, wide receiver, defense.
Every school is different, man.
They expect LSU.
If you're LSU, you need to win in the trenches first. But once again, I'm not at practice, bro. I'm not privy to everything that they have in terms of practice film and what they've seen everywhere and all this stuff. If you feel like you got some of those guys in the building already and you feel confident in what you can do in terms of developing talent, then maybe you don't spend there. I can tell you one thing. I think it's pretty obvious whether it is to start or whether it is to come in and be competitive, they're going to go looking for a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious at this point. I think that's something you go chase down because at the end of the day, I think it's really hard to win at this level, not just this level, but higher levels, unless you have a dude there. Yeah. And I think that that's what you need to go and find. So I think that that's going to be at the forefront of what they do. And now you're trying to formulate a roster around having that one guy.
Agreed. And I had a conversation
with Lane
the other day about, not with Lane, kind of about his strategy in the portal and kind of like, look, in the NFL, and you go look at free agency, you go look at what GMs do, they allocate, hey, this is how much our salary cap is, and they allocate, okay, this is the amount of money that we're going to spend on quarterbacks, defensive linemen, offensive linemen, edge rushers, all this kind of stuff, right? So Lane Kiffin, from the conversations I have, and I imagine a lot of teams do this, Lane has his strategy on where he allocates money, right? Quarterback obviously gets the most, right? They're going to allocate, hey, this up that we need. If you're going to go get a quarterback, you're going to have to pay the guy, right? Then he values the defensive line, secondly, on how much he spends in the transfer portal, and then he values the offensive line, and then it goes running back, and then down the line from that, right? And so it just kind of shows you where he believes that if he can be obviously very good up front and very good at the quarterback position, he believes that he can go out and get the talent around him and have a lot of success.
And he's
how true that is, I don't know. That was just a conversation I had with somebody who's, I'm not saying like is 100% right all the time, but would be in the know.
And he is actively working the portal before the portal.
That's
Lane Kiffin. How much
That's
did you pay Lane Kiffin? Let's just double it. He'd leave. Reunite. I don't know why I said reunite him with Underwood. He never coached him. Dave Portnoy. Lane quote tweets and said, instead, Prez, you come to the boot. Together we can't be beat. So he sees everything.
Sees everything, and he's going to respond to everything, it feels like.
I really would love to know if Lane's running that thing by himself. That's a lot of time that man spends on that thing.
That's what I'm saying. Would you want that to be the case?
I mean, if it is him, it's kind of hard to argue at this point because the most successful part of his career has come during the most trolling part of his career, right? So it's kind of hard to argue it. I just find it hard to believe that is only him that is just running that account because he spends a lot of time on it.
Yes, I do too. But I'm not coaching a team. Ask Mikey and Mitch, what do you think of the Frank Wilson situation? Not considering nothing has happened yet, but what do you think will happen? I know we talked about Texas, but just in general.
Like, what was I don't know. I thought that, okay, he's not going to be here, but I think I'm 50-50. I just really don't know. And that's a boring answer, but I don't.
I mean, so what I'm getting from it kind of feels like at this moment. So Frank was the running backs coach, associate head coach, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
If we're looking for a position, it seems like that same position has not been offered to him. Whether it's the associate head coach tag that he really wants, whether it's the running back tag that he wants, whether it's a coaching position on the field that he wants. I'm not exactly sure what he wants, what he's asking for, and what's being offered to him, but it seems like it's not the same as it was before. So if he wants something the same and or something that resembles what he did before, seems like, okay, well, if you're not going to give it to me, let me at least check the field. So it seems like there is some sort of offer or something on the table, but I'm going to check and see if I have better options and better opportunity elsewhere, because it seems like I'm taking something lesser than what I was doing before. That's just what I feel like.
Well, and here's the other thing. You're not going to get rumors about Texas and Ole Miss and some of these other schools targeting Frank Wilson if they don't believe that Frank Wilson nobody's ever even talked about threatening to come and get Frank Wilson from LSU while he's at LSU, because he's never going to leave LSU. And so now that they believe that there's an opportunity, now you're hearing these rumors. So, yeah, I think they think that, there's a chance he's not going to be here. So, as it stands today, it feels like he's not going to be here, but we've seen things change.
Yes.
And I would say this, too. Now, don't get me wrong. Frank was here, and I think was probably a key part of what was able to bring Corey Raymond back onto the staff here. But let's not forget, because I think what's easy, and I'm not at all downing Frank. I'm just literally only trying to get into the mind of what may be going on if this indeed is the case. But let's not forget, there was a time when Corey Raymond was the one basically, I guess if you want to call it, had the stronghold on Louisiana when Frank was not on staff. And I'm not saying that they don't work well together. I'm not saying that they can't work better together. But there was a time where there was talent after talent after talent coming in, and Corey was probably one of the bigger names that was the keyhole and key part of bringing that stuff together. Yeah. So maybe, I don't know. I don't have any of this information. Maybe Lane feels like, if this is what's going on, I want my running back guy in. I have coached with Frank before, but I like this guy better for this situation. I'm offering this. Maybe he doesn't want to take this, but I do still feel like with this guy, meaning Corey, on the coaching staff, that he can go out there and be just as effective and will be just as effective recruiting the state and doing things like that. And around the state, right? Like maybe that's how he feels. So I wouldn't necessarily sit here and curse what's going on up top or whatever. If this indeed does happen and Frank moves away from LSU, I'm just thinking inside of what could possibly be going on if you're able to peel back the layers and be able to get into those rooms.
Yeah.
An interesting little caveat here, as Michael Katz has put out Pete Golding's term sheet. And the reason this is interesting, there's one name on that list that is pertinent to this conversation. Is Kevin Smith is a part of this Pete Golding term sheet. Now, it doesn't guarantee that Kevin Smith will stay at Ole Miss, but he is a part of the package that is included with Pete Golding.
Right.
So, just something to kind of
correct.
That's been the one name that has been highlighted by, I guess, the Putnitz and the Putnicks. Glenn West, this is not nothing. Ole Miss running backs coach Kevin Smith is on this list. If Smith truly stays at Ole Miss, what could that mean for LSU and Frank Wilson? Maybe he's staying.
Yeah, I think it means just staying. Right, so you just don't know.
Follows in his court.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Ask Mike and Mitch. Are we Tulane fans, or do we want Ole Miss to win?
Well,
if Ole Miss loses, and it looks like Lane Kiffin was the reason and his players aren't good enough, they win. Kiffin wasn't even needed.
You know my situation.
Right. A little bit tougher.
I am rooting for Ole Miss. I have a personal family connection to Pete Golding. And I want Pete to have a lot of success. And I would love for him to go out there and then make a run. And him going into next year with a lot of momentum. And not go out there and not play well, and then he's on the hot seat instantly after getting an opportunity for him that is, an opportunity that he's been waiting for. So, I am rooting for Ole Miss.
Well, I'm not in the same situation as you, and I respect Pete. I hope he does well. I'm also torn, though. All right, and I'll give it to you why I'm torn. Is I don't know, with Tulane's got 2 losses, correct?
Yes.
So if that was anybody in the SEC and they were sitting on that line where Tulane is and it talked about them getting into the playoffs, and their only data point or true data point was them getting their doors blown off by the team that they're about to go back and face, or anybody that was in that playoff field of 12, I don't think they'd be getting in like this. So with that being said, is I kind of want Tulane to lose because of that. But on the flip side is whether Ole Miss wins or loses, what I would love to see, because I do think it says a whole bunch about to the players that are there on the team, to the players that are being recruited to the team, and maybe even to the coaches that are like, do I have a last-ditch opportunity to get there? Maybe I should go there. I want them to not play well offensively in terms of what they do on offense for Ole Miss. Now, I know, I get it. A lot of these assistants that are now at LSU have gone back. But let's be honest. We know who's calling plays on Saturday when LSU toes it up next August or at the end of or September. Like, yep. we know who's calling the plays. So with that being said, is I want people to be like, shit, maybe this is why. He is why we were so good on this side of the ball. Maybe I need to be there. So I'm kind of torn. It's kind of how I want that thing to go.
I do like Summerall too, but Pete's my guy.
I mean, yeah, you would be that's rude.
He's working two jobs right now. He's got 2 phones.
You're right.
He's got 2 jobs. So he got a lot going on, man.
Got the split jersey on.
Yeah, that was a lot.
He's something. I mean, I guess if he was at LSU, we'd love it. You know, if he's like your guy, that's what you're like.
I like him. I don't mind him.
I know. This is a new version of Summerall I haven't seen before.
Well, this is the new age coaches.
Yeah.
Right. The younger, you have to be active, like
social.
Yeah. Yep.
His Florida commercial was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Mikie and Mitch. When at LSU, what was your favorite pre-bus plane meal, pre-bus or pre-plane meal that LSU got for you?
See, we had the boring shit. Like,
yeah, it was different, man.
We didn't get what they got now.
It was different times.
You just got a full pizza, huh?
We had jambalaya shop a lot. We had,
and there was probably somebody that was like nice enough.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you were not eating the full pizza, that you had a full damn box of pizza on Thursday night when you're literally about to go after you take BP in the new place, like that was probably the best part about it. Now looking back on it, probably wasn't the most nutritious thing to do.
Probably shouldn't have had
that. That's what we did at the time.
Hey, we get that full pizza.
Smash.
And we would smash it, right? But then you'd have to go. So I'd go get the ice, like the ice container that you have in the room. Go down the hall, get ice, and you have to. So because you're fucking thirsty, right? So you drink it while you eat, whatever. Okay, whatever. Every single time, because like it's bread. Like you're wake up 3 a.m. thirsty as shit, just drinking out the thing. Ice cold though, that shit tastes good. Out the thing.
You know, me hands have been in there.
Well, you have the wrapper.
Not everybody uses that bag.
I use the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done that before, so I got no shame in my game. But that's hilarious because you just thirsty. Salt.
Yeah.
Bread.
Yeah. Salty.
Yeah. I'm sure the nutrition team now would be like,
I would always go find a vending machine. I would go grab a Powerade out of it. I would go get the ice bucket. Let me throw the ice in the bucket, put the Powerade in it, knowing, hey, at some point, probably early this morning, I'm going to have to smash this thing. How we was living.
Any more?
If you knew better, you'd do better. That's all I'd say.
Yeah. Ask Mikie and Mitch from the Fonz. Is there ever a time where you go to a ball game and you smell something and it brings back a memory? What's the smell? Dirt? Fresh cut grass? Food?
Chicken fingers for Mikie.
1,000%.
No. Is there a smell? To me, it's popcorn.
Popcorn.
Yeah, to me, it's popcorn.
Popcorn makes you feel like you're in a ballpark. Popcorn makes you feel like, man, I think I got one more at bat in me. I think I got one more route in me. I could go one more. Let me toe this thing up one more time. Yeah, popcorn's probably the one.
Speaking of, ask Mikie and Mitch, what would your current 40 time be?
Gosh.
Here's the thing. That is you assuming that we would actually make it to 40 yards without ripping something off the bone.
Right.
That's a big assumption.
Right.
Like, I think that's probably the biggest part of it. Listen, when you're out of it, and it doesn't even, like Mikie, you worked out this morning. We were talking about this, right? Like, you're still training. You know the one thing that you don't do anymore?
Sprint.
Is you ain't sprinting. And I'm damn sure not sprinting 40 yards for the most part.
Correct.
So it's more of a, if I'm really going to run this thing, you can only really time me off of when I'm sprinting. Now the question becomes, can you actually sprint 40 yards without ripping everything off of whatever bone it's already on? That's probably the better question than actually what the time is going to be.
Correct. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I will say this.
Something's popping.
I've been like running, obviously, but not sprinting. Doing intervals where you run and then you have a little bit of a quicker pace, more of a stride than a sprint, right? And I was doing it with Bo, our friend, Didier, played baseball this year, one of my best friends.
Shout out at 45.
And we were running, and Bo obviously likes to challenge me and people. And he was like, hey, in this next interval, you think you still got it? Like, let me see what you got on your sprint. So I went after it. I sprinted. I made it through, and I don't think it was a full 40 yards, but I sprinted, and it felt good. But I don't know. I don't know if I could get in a 40-yard dash stance, come off the blocks, and for time, and not come up limping. I don't think I could do that.
I mean,
they turned this thing into a Stephen Ridley and Kevin Hart situation real quick.
Yeah. Because we did see, I don't know if y'all saw it, but when Pac-Man was rooting around with Pat McAfee, he ran, 4.5? I think that was the challenge. I think he ran like 4.59 or something like that at 40 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
But he pulled everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's inevitable.
When you don't do it, when you don't use it, you lose it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, now that we all are in this realm, considering Jared's picked up the sticks, at Dustin B 337, ask him, squaring up 95 or puring a 5-iron?
I still take.
You can only do one for the rest of your life.
Oh, for right now?
Yeah.
Pure the 5-iron for right now.
It would be cool if you, though, like, once a year be like, nope,
hey,
still
no matter
got
how
it.
long, I can always square up 95.
Yeah.
Can't
hit that ball that's sitting still, though.
Yeah, it's tough.
I would say, look, at this point in my life, I'm trying to get into pure in the 5-iron because squaring up 95 is great, but even when I miss it, like I don't, if I'm missing a little bit off to the toe or the heel of the 5-iron, my damn hand and everything ain't blown up at that point. It just misses a little bit, right? Like when you trying to square up 95 and get jammed or you're off the end a little bit, it's not as forgiving as it is on the golf side of it. So maybe give me the 5-iron at this point.
I don't know. Put a blade 2-iron in your hands and miss that thing off the toe. Ugh.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good.
In the winter, no, but ain't no 95
if you have a blade 2-iron,
you're not mishitting it very often.
Yeah, if you have that in the bag and you actually use it, you're probably not gonna mishit it because you're good.
Especially now. Well, now they have all those. Nobody has a blade. It's all of these muscle-backed, like essentially a hybrid 4-iron. That's what I have. But I did have a 3-iron at one point. And like, if I have to hit this, it's not a great day.
I had one of those.
Yeah,
More
it's
of a
like, why
iron,
am I? What did I put myself into where this is coming out the bag?
Yeah, it's not in there.
Or I'm playing phenomenal.
It's not in there.
Who the hell do I think I am?
Why is this here?
I have
You're
a
just taking up space.
I have a 5-wood in there.
Yeah.
It takes the place of that. Any more? Is that it?
Let's see if there's one. I think there's one more on Twitter. Oh, it's got a good bit of interaction from Shay's Durag, Dr. Jones. On November 23rd, he tweeted, "I'll sacrifice our entire baseball season for Lane Kiffin."
Not on November. Oh, yeah. But he also, same guy, in the baseball season, said,
that's what he's quote tweeting the Alex Bucks word that said, "I'll sacrifice our entire football season for a baseball national championship."
Worked out.
It did. So he's trying to make another blood oath.
Yeah.
I would not. No, we're not doing that.
You can't cancel you can't. You
Stop doing this.
It doesn't cancel out. You know
No.
what I mean? It only works once.
And I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you can't
Don't
do
do
that.
that.
That's not good. That's not worth it.
No. Jay's too important to me.
That's it. All right, that's it.
Oh, last Fonz. I didn't see this
At the
one.
buzzer.
Oh, God. Here we go. Ask Mikey and Mitch, would you trust Lloyd to babysit your kids? Shit. Would you let him babysit your dog?
I have let him babysit my dog.
Alive.
I have, and he made it through.
Yep.
I have let Lloyd babysit my dog, so I have to say yes. I would let him do it. Now, kids, no.
Mm-mm.
Absolutely
I wouldn't.
not.
I said I will turn it down.
Absolutely not. But the dog, him and Kobe bonded.
We did. Slept in your bed.
I like to believe that you're not being serious about that. But
I did drink your whiskey.
I know you did that.
Yeah. But I didn't ask for anything else. I'm easy.
Yeah.
Don't flip it to me. The answer is no.
What? Me and Luca could. Whatever.
You said kid. I didn't say nothing about the dog.
No.
You said kid.
No, hell no. I don't want to.
No kid.
I won't even. I won't even hold somebody else's kid with them in the room. They're like, "Do you want to hold the baby?" Like, fuck no. Like, that could just go wrong. There's nothing. I don't get any gratification. I hate kids, first of all, and I get no gratification out of holding a baby. Like, there's only one. I'm not going to feel a thing, and the only thing that can happen is something bad. So just keep your baby to yourself.
Fair enough.
And I hate at this age. Sorry that y'all are about to be parents, but like all of my friends are having kids. No, I'm talking about from my personal perspective. What I'm about to say.
Okay.
All of my friends are like in the newborn realm, and it's always they're everywhere, and you're used to it because you have a big family. I do not. My brother has no children. None of my cousins have kids. Like we're the bloodline ends here, and I'm the last I'm the last one, and so whenever I go, it's like this used to be fun. I still get excited. I'm like, oh, we're going to so and so's house. And now you show up, and it's the same group of friends that I've
kids, and it's different.
Yeah, it's like
you're growing up. That's called growing up. Lloyd.
Nobody wants to do cocaine in the bathroom with me.
That's called growing up. Lloyd.
God.
That's called growing up.
It is. It sucks, but then it's like, oh, look how cute. It's like that baby is not cute. Babies are not cute.
Newborns are tough.
No, at any point, they're just not. I just don't get it. Like a puppy is cute. A kitten is cute.
Yeah. Okay.
That kid is ugly.
Agree to disagree.
Ugh.
Agree or disagree? Is that all we got?
That's
that was
it.
the last one. All right. We appreciate all the Ask Mikey and Mitch questions. Again, we would love y'all being a part of our show. Lloyd.
Yes.
Do you got one?
I do. Speaking of what I just said.
Mistake of the day.
Some people do not. Old habits die hard. FBI. Look at this photo. What was that? Do you remember that old filter that they used to put on where they they deep fried the picture? You know what I'm talking about? Like that old filter where like everybody would do it, and it's like this is wild.
I don't know.
That old Instagram filter.
Maybe.
Anyway, the FBI did that for some reason. New photos of Ryan Wedding drop. FBI drops new pic of Olympian turned kingpin. This is the picture they put out. I don't know why, but the manhunt for Olympian Ryan Wedding rages on. Now the FBI has released a new image of the snowboarder turned alleged international drug trafficker as the feds desperately search for the man they compared to Pablo Escobar.
Wow.
The FBI's Los Angeles field office dropped the photo on Tuesday night, claiming it shows Wedding in Mexico this summer, so they haven't seen this man in forever. While his look isn't drastically different, he is rocking different facial hair in the new pic, which is not shocking. The Canadian Olympian may be trying to alter his appearance. In fact, when Wedding was first added to the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list in 2024, he might change his hair appearance or anything to avoid capture. Wedding, who competed in the 2002 Winter Olympics, is allegedly one of the biggest cocaine dealers in the world and Canada's biggest. Canada. According to the U.S. government, which says the former athlete moved over 130 pounds of the drug yearly, 130,000 pounds of the drug yearly,
wow.
Turning to violence along the way. He's accused of ordering murder of a witness who is set to testify against him, with the man being gunned down in a restaurant in Mexico. The United States wants Wedding in cuffs so badly they put $15 million bounty on his head for information that leads to his arrest. They're not going to get him.
Wow.
He knows too many people.
That's wild.
He's in there. He's in the gang.
Yep.
130,000 pounds, Coach. That is
How much money does that equate to? Did they tell you?
No, but it's how much is 130 pounds?
130,000 pounds equate to dollars.
$2. If you sold it at what's 130? How many grams are in a pound?
I don't know. You're asking. I have no idea how this works.
453 grams. Huh.
I don't know. I mean, they don't have Google's just not going to tell you.
So it says. Let me make sure I'm right. 130k ibs, k pounds, 130,000 pounds. Yeah. So there's 453 grams in a pound. 453 times what number did I say?
I don't know. You didn't say anything.
130,000 times 453. Let's see. Real quick. Now I'm interested. He's moving weight. I know that.
I mean, he's the largest in the world.
Yeah. What are there times?
I mean, that's saying a lot coming from what they're doing in Mexico, Colombia.
I mean, he's making you could make 60 million conservatively if you sold it at $100 a gram.
Wow.
But I'd imagine he's moved. Probably has some pretty good customers. And I bet
I would imagine.
probably doesn't really. If you're his boy, he probably just gives you a gram. Like I got that.
Maybe. Crazy.
Small time,
So
small
mistake
potatoes.
is that
You
a
don't
mistake
sound
of the
like a
day?
guy that's giving
Yeah.
away too much at all anyway.
Yeah.
Did you know that Tim Allen used to move weight too?
I did not know that.
The
Two-time Timmy?
Yeah,
Wow.
he got caught with
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus. He only had 1.4 pounds, but he also had 650 grams. Not great, but he did a plea deal, but he was Hollywood's provider of cocaine,
Wow.
and he got arrested. Then he struck a deal, and then
Got
he
it
moved
out.
on to
So
home
what
improvement.
actually did he have in that tool belt then?
That's
That's
right.
it.
Now you think you got Pam Anderson on the show?
Yeah.
They said I look like him.
Tim
Oh,
Allen?
man. I can see it.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, right there.
That's cocaine, Tim.
That's Cocaine Tim, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Yep.
Mistake of the day. Curtain call.
Curtain call.
Show curtain call?
I have one.
I guess that really wouldn't be a curtain call. It'd be more of a honoring.
Yeah, that's just what's mistake of the day by the FBI. If you they can't catch this man.
Yeah, that is mistake of the day.
Show curtain call. I believe we have one.
Yeah, to...
I hate to do it. It's a fun show.
It's not a curtain call. It's just we want to obviously recognize them. Say, our thoughts and prayers are with Kevin Falk's family. Obviously, he is beloved by a lot of people. He has gone through 2 tragedies in his life that no parent should ever have to go through. He lost a child a few years ago, and then he just recently lost a second child unexpectedly, tragically. I believe she passed away in her sleep, which is a parent's worst nightmare. I mean, I'm about to be a parent. I'm not a parent now, but I would imagine. I know that, it's a parent's worst nightmare to wake up to a phone call telling you the worst news possible. So our thoughts and prayers are with Kevin and his family. And, if you know him or know people around him, obviously reach out. Give them your thoughts and prayers, but that is a sad, sad situation. Not a curtain call, but just wanted to acknowledge. Terrible. So thoughts and prayers with you, Kev.
Can't not bring light to a situation like that. It's not necessarily a curtain call, but thoughts and prayers are definitely out there for him and his family and anyone close to that situation. That's unthinkable, honestly. And just like you said, about to be a parent, I can't. I haven't even felt that situation, and I still gotta feel like that's something that just probably never feels real. Probably never feels like you're in real life. So, someone having to go through that multiple times, you can only try to lean on people like that and continue to stay close to him and help him. And just thoughts and prayers out to him and his family.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right. Well, with that. We appreciate y'all tuning in to our show. We appreciate you tuning in on this beautiful Wednesday night.
No show Friday.
No show Friday. Have a work thing I have to do.
Santa.
Unfortunately, yeah. We'll be back live in studio on Monday. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the love and support. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you can't watch us, but you like listening to us or anywhere you get your pods. See you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.
It's the new studio, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.